we flew to Japan. Join us for this wonderful, unforgettable trip to Japan, focusing on this part in Tokyo. And follow us for part 2 and part 3, which are coming up soon. Enjoy the video. So we're here in front of Don Quijote, which is a major discount store in Japan. They have it all over the country. And it's really cool because it has multiple floors and each floor is focused on one thing. Like one floor is probably anime, the other floor is skincare, the other floor is foods.
There's like 3 floors of skincare, don't even get me wrong.
Yeah, there's a lot of skincare in there. And I will say, it is discounted because you look at the same product in a drugstore or at the mall, it's more expensive. So it's really worth it to come to Don Quijote's when you come to Japan. If you ask me why is it called Don Quixote, I have no idea. This is not Spain, this doesn't make any sense, but it is called that and it is awesome. So let's show you around inside of one. Dum dum dum, Don Quixote. There's a lot of staircases at Don Quixote because there are so many floors. And just from the get-go, you already see so much Hello Kitty, you know, so many Hello Kitty products and Hello Kitty's friends too. There's Pokemon, there's everything. And this is just James walking around dancing to the theme song of the store, which played constantly. It's that one that I sang at the beginning. It's really catchy. What can I do? They have medicine.
There's Pokeballs.
They have alcohol.
There's Pokemon plushies.
They have souvenirs.
There's toys. There's love.
And so on and so forth. But moral of the story is, go to Don Quixote if you have time, and even if you don't have time, go there.
So I am gonna have some of Barbara's ramen for the first time in, I don't know, 5 years. I'll have a meat ramen, which is pretty crazy because I haven't had any, and I'm excited. I'm very excited.
So the name of this ramen joint is right there on the screen. It's in Shibuya. It has a huge line at lunch and probably at dinner too, but it's so worth it. And they offer vegan and non-vegan ramens.
So this is the vegan one. The eggs obviously not, but the rest of it is, oh my god, it is by far one of the best ramen I've had, period, and it's vegan. It's a totally different flavor. It's got a more, not curry-like, but then there's these things in it, and it's like beef that has a really umami, rich texture like that, and trust me, I know, I literally just had some roast beef. It is really, really just that good.
So after that out-of-body experience that James had, having ramen with meat for the first time in 5 years in this mall, we walked around, and this mall is located in Shibuya. I'll leave the name in the screen. And they also have a floor that we went to that I'm showing, which is just based on games, anime, and things like that. So we saw the Nintendo store. James had to walk through it. He loved it. And we also went to the Pokemon Training Center, which is located in this mall as well. You could probably spend a whole day in this mall. We didn't have the time, unfortunately, because we had to do other things. But it's really, really cool. If you're a big fan of anime, if you're a big fan of games, Japanese games, you'll really, really enjoy this, I think. And of course, like I mentioned before, the ramen joint that we went to is located at the bottom floor of this mall.
I love that movie so much. It's from Pokemon 2000, the movie.
Gotta catch them all, am I right?
Oh my god, that was awful.
So after the mall, we were on our way to TeamLab Planets, and we saw this really cool site, which was just workers cleaning the playground really thoroughly. I can't believe there were so many people to clean one playground, but everything in Japan is super clean. And we just thought we would record it for you guys to show just how seriously they take cleanliness over there in Japan. So TeamLab Planets is pretty much an art exhibit in which you can touch and experience everything in there. It's super cool, and we're gonna show you how it looks on the inside. So it's so beautiful. Every single room is different, and there's no really path that you can take. You can go whatever way you decide between all the rooms. And the tip for you guys would be to book this in advance, because otherwise the tickets do book up because everybody wants to go. It's just so cool, so interesting. And there is not only one TeamLabs, there's many all over the world. So if you have the time, if you have the money, I would definitely recommend going to this. It's really mind-blowing, the art that they make. And we're just gonna show you a few more clips of what we experienced there, so you can also experience it a little bit with us. Then after that amazing experience, we went to have a sushi dinner together.
So I'm here at Sushi Toshi, and this is, honest to God, some of the best sushi and fish that I have ever had in my life. And by some of the best, I mean the best, just period, just the best. You don't need a reservation to come here. For whatever reason, that's a miracle of how good this food is. And you should absolutely come, like, just come. It's so good. Yeah, I don't have much more to say about that. Oh, besides they have a vegetarian omakase as well. So even if you're vegetarian, they have an omakase. They call it vegetarian, but they also actually mean vegan. It's completely vegan. There's nothing otherwise. And the sake is also very good. It's just amazing.
And it's also a family business. Check out the father and son duo that stay there. And the father has over 30 years of experience making sushi, and this is him working to make our sushi for us. So I got the nigiri combo. Nigiri pretty much just means the sushi that has rice in it and fish. And then James got the vegetarian one, but he did try some of my fish as well. And it was amazing, cannot recommend enough. And the price is really reasonable in this place as well. It was all like $40 for both of us. So after that amazing sushi experience, we finally went to bed, and the next day we were at Weno Park, which is a park that James found that still had the cherry blossoms blossoming, because we thankfully went in the beginning of April and still they looked beautiful. So we're gonna show you some sights here and also the sakura ice cream that we got to try in this park. As you probably can tell through these videos, everything in Japan is quite organized and clean. Everybody speaks very quietly in public, so one thing to note that when you're in Japan is to lower your voice when you're outside in public, especially in public transportation, because the locals really do appreciate it when you are quiet and when you respect their customs and their culture. This park specifically, we noticed something very cute, which is that Japanese people tend to go have picnics under the cherry blossom trees. Isn't that amazing? I mean, what a good idea, right? And here is the sakura or cherry blossom ice cream that we saw. They also had vanilla and matcha as flavors, but most people were having the sakura one. And this goes for approximately 500 yen, which is about $3. What does it taste like?
Flour, almost cinnamony. It's good.
Then just outside of Weno Park, by chance, we saw these stands selling food, street food from Japan. So there was takoyaki, yakisoba, okonomiyaki. So James and I thought that we would try the okonomiyaki, which is a Japanese typical street food. It is made of cabbage, bonito flakes, and dough and egg. So let's give it a try. Let's see if we like it or not. James had never had it before. I've had it once, but a long time ago. So let's see. Now he's gonna try some yakisoba.
Good ginger.
Having candied strawberries on the stand. It's crispy and soft. It's delicious.
Is it hard?
It's not hot. No.
We're in Akihabara.
So that afternoon, we finally got to Akihabara, the mecca of technology and anime. It was James' longtime dream to come here. He found this parts store, I guess that's what it's called, and he spent a long time there. We also went to a bunch of anime stores with a bunch of little, statues of animes and things like that. But we didn't film much of that because we were just too excited and James was just having a good time, so we didn't want to distract him too much. But yeah, I highly recommend if you like technology and anime to go to this area. And then on the next day... Hi everyone! We're here in Tokyo at the Imperial Palace and we're gonna show you as much as we can today. Yes, I'm still wearing the same sweatshirt. Yes, I've only brought one sweatshirt to Japan. And yes, it's cold. And yes, I have to wear it. And yes, it's dirty. Okay, let's go. So it is free for anyone to enter the Imperial Palace of Japan. However, if you want a tour of the actual palace grounds, you do have to get there at a certain time and you do have to buy the tickets. But if you just want to walk on the outside of the palace and on the gardens, then it is free and you don't have to book anything. I would highly recommend you go to the website of the Imperial Palace in advance to make sure that you know all the times and everything and that you're informed in case you want to actually tour the actual palace, inside the palace. We did not look in advance, so we were not able to tour it, but the outside of the palace itself is pretty impressive. We're here in front of a samurai guardhouse. So this house was manned by about 45 samurais at all time. And now we're walking through the Imperial Gardens. These are very ancient gardens. This is where the emperor and his people used to walk around and just talk about stuff and relax. And I have to say, it's still very peaceful. It's very quiet here. People talk very quietly. so it is a little bit weird for me to be talking at this volume, but it's okay. And you can see here they have a lot of cherry blossoms. Isn't that nice? So very clean, very organized. There's people cleaning the floors, there's people cutting the vegetation. So beautiful stuff over here. Only in Japan. So we're now sitting under a tree in the Imperial Palace Gardens, and we noticed a bunch of people here. They like to eat snacks under the tree. So we feel bad because we didn't get to go to 7-Eleven and buy snacks beforehand. But we're here still enjoying the views. It's very beautiful. And it's just a truly unforgettable place. It really is. So that's it for the first part of our Japan adventure. See you soon!